Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Jonathan back again with the weekly scuffle, and I'm here to talk about Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira. And honestly, the fight I've been wanting to see because I think Islam is the best fighter in this division. I'm not sure if that is an entirely popular opinion or not, but I think it will be a great fight. I think Islam being 21 and 1, 11 and 1 in the UFC, Charles Oliveira 33 and 8, being 21 and 8 in the UFC. This fight is a fight that definitely has a lot of people intrigued because it's a very you got the school of Khabib versus Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira has been a top guy for a while now, and there's a chance that the winner of this might potentially get at some point a Conor McGregor payday, which is always likely when the belt is on the line. The UFC will always favor McGregor fighting for the belt because it will do high pay-per-view numbers. And the Islam story is there. We all know Islam was part of Khabib's team. Him and Conor have a shared history, so that fight makes sense. Even though I think both Islam and Charles wash Conor at this point. I don't think either of those fights are close. I think Conor is past his prime and it shows. But regardless, I think at least for a story, those fights would be entertaining. And as for this fight, I think it's going to be a very technical matchup. I think Islam is a better grappler, but Charles Oliveira is no scrub, especially at grappling. He's a great grappler, and I think it's going to be a very fun matchup to watch, at least for people that like grappling. And I've become a fan, especially with the whole Khabib Islam style of grappling and the way they just do it in such a dominant fashion. It's very fun to watch, at least for myself. Granted, you always want to see the strikes and the significant strikes and the bloodbaths, but regardless, I think this is a great fight. And UFC 280 is looking to be a pretty stacked card. You have multiple fights being announced. You got Yan versus O'Malley, which shout out to O'Malley for taking this fight. His fight previously got stopped because of in my opinion, it was Munoz trying to, you know, find a way out. I don't think he wanted to be in there, and he got his wish with the ref. Sure it was an eye poke, but regardless, I think that fight could have continued. And Peter Yan, who is a great fighter, and I think will definitely be a test and probably is the favorite for this fight. But if O'Malley wins this, I definitely see him being a superstar in this division and in the UFC in general. And then of course you have the other championship fight, which is Sterling, and I think that fight is going to be a great fight to have on this undercard. And I also forgot you got Darius versus Gamrot, who the winner will probably end up fighting the winner of Olivera versus Makhachev. So this is a stacked card regardless, whichever way you look at it. Probably will be card of the year. But with that being said, we'll see how all this plays out and see you next time. Peace.